up, guys? It's the girl Antho. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet, click that subscription button right down below and turn on that notification bell so that you could be notified anytime I upload a new video. You guys have not yet noticed, I am back in Grenada. I haven't really been posting much, but for those of you who are on my Instagram, you guys will know that I am back in Grenada. I came in about 2 weeks ago and I am so happy to be back here. I'm not sure when you guys are going to get to see this video, but I wanted to make this video because I think that if you are traveling to Grenada, there are some important things that you need to know, just so that you don't get lost and you don't get I guess you don't spend extra money. So it's already a lot to travel, I must say. So if you could save some money, or if you could do things the right way, it's going to be better for you. So the first thing I want to talk about, since this video is only about Grenada and coming into Grenada, is the fact that you have to take a PCR test. Of course, they do not want a rapid test, so only the PCR testing. If you are in the US, you know it's pretty easy to get that, because anywhere in the US takes PCR tests for free. I was in New York and we got our PCR test for free right at Times Square. We got the PCR first, we got the rapid test first, and then we got the PCR sent to us by email, and then we were ready to travel. Once you're at the airport and you're coming in, they're going to ask you for your confirmation, your certificate, and also your PCR test. Basically, you have to go on the website that I'm going to actually show you guys here on the side of the screen. I'm going to do it on my phone so that you guys can see. You have to go on the website. You got to fill in those information. They're going to basically ask you your name, your passport number, the places you've traveled in the past 2 weeks, if you have been experiencing any symptoms of COVID, coughing, you know, headaches, fever, etc, etc. They're going to ask you about your health in general. They're also going to ask you for your number, your email address, the place that you're going to be staying here as well. And guys, mind you, when you fill out this form, you have to pay for the PCR test, which is $405 EC, and also you have to show them your confirmation. So you will still have to book your hotel before even applying for the certificate that they're going to give you. I would definitely recommend doing this first, as you are going to need some information from here to fill out the application form. So go ahead, pay for your PCR test here, and then move on to the application form. That certificate that they give you is for you to say, alright, you can come into Grenada. Without that, you won't be able to come into Grenada. So make sure that before coming, you're going to go fill out that form. First of all, I would advise you guys to pay first for the PCR test and also a confirmation, and also pay for accommodation. If you are vaccinated, you won't have to spend 2 nights in quarantine. You are going to get your test the next day in the evening. However, they still want you to book for 2 nights. So even though you're going to get your result the next day about 5 o'clock, 6 thereabouts, you have to show them that you have booked your apartment or your hotel, whatever, for 2 nights. If you are unvaccinated, you have to spend, I think, 7 days in quarantine, and then they're going to check you guys on the 5th day thereabout. So once you have completed your payments, and by payments I mean paying for your hotel, your guest house, wherever you're going to be staying, and also the PCR test, you could then move on to the application. Start off by putting in your email. I am going to show you guys what it looks like and what you guys might have to do, and hopefully this video is going to be very, very helpful. Once you put in your email, you're going to receive a code. That code is used to log in, so make sure it's an active email that you sign in with. So you're going to start off by adding a new form. You're going to choose if you're a resident, non-resident, or if you are a student of the SGU. After you completed that, you choose which one suits you. You're going to go ahead and fill out the travel types, where you're coming from, your name, date of birth, country of region, state of district, and so forth. After you have completed that page, you're going to go on to the travel details. So basically, your passport number, the countries you've traveled, if you're traveling by air or sea. It's pretty straightforward. Once you go on the page, you just got to fill out what you see in front of you. Of course, if it's a connecting flight, you have more information to put in. If it is a non-stop like me, we took the JetBlue, so it was a straight flight. We didn't have much to do there. Another thing I must mention, if you're traveling with someone else, they will have to fill out an application form for themselves as well. Even though their name are going to be on your application form, they still have to fill out their own form and then add your name to it. For example, I traveled with my parents, so on my farm I had my mother and my father's name. On their farm they had my name and each other's name. So we were all traveling together, however we had to fill out our own application form. So once you've completed that section, you're going to move on to the health section. Now, if you are applying for a home quarantine and you do not have any of these symptoms or any illness that's listed above, or if you're not 65 years or older, you won't be approved for home quarantine. And you have to show proof if you are sick. You have to show them a form or something that states that you are sick before they approve your home quarantine. So basically, all you have to do is follow whatever you see there, answer the questions according, and it's going to reach a point where they're going to ask you for your confirmation number, which is for the hotel, and then they're going to also ask you for a picture of the front and back of your vaccination card if you are vaccinated, and they're going to also ask you for a proof that you paid the $405 for the PCR test. I stayed at the Sea Breeze Hotel in Grenada. It wasn't bad for me because once you're vaccinated, which I am, you just have to wear your mask at all times, of course, but you are allowed to at least go in the pool, which is good because sometimes it can get depressing if you have to just be locked up in a room by yourself, or just locked up in a room in general. It can get depressing. So to know that you at least have that freedom to walk around the compound, go to the beach, well, not the beach, sorry, the pool that's there, you could look out and passers by and so forth. It's good. So it wasn't bad at all for me. I enjoyed that. The room was really good. It was $96 for the 2 nights. So it was $190 for the 2 nights US. I feel like that was worth it for 2 nights. It wasn't bad at all. So if you're looking for somewhere reasonable, I would advise or I would recommend the Sea Breeze Hotel. This is not a sponsored video, by the way, but I mean, shoot, I'm here to help you guys out, right? So let's just do it the right way. Another thing I must say though is that you are not allowed to leave the premises or the compound. You have to stay there at all times. However, they are takeaways. They have a breakfast plan or a meal plan that you guys could join if you guys want to, or you could download the Carib Eats app, and you guys could actually purchase your food. They're gonna bring it to you, or take it to the front desk and then give it to you. I'm kind of like happy that I get to at least come out because I don't think I would like the lockup for so long. I must touch on the airport. Like, listen, the PCR test is the worst thing here. I've taken so many PCR tests and this one was the worst. I have to talk about that before talking about the process. Alright, I think we should just, this one was the worst. Alright, let me not skip. So there are 2 lines. One is for home quarantine and one is for those who are going to be staying, hotels, resorts, wherever you guys are going to be staying. That's for the line. However, it's basically the same thing because they're just end up being the same place, right? But I guess they know why they did it that way. You have to go through the line. They're gonna ask you guys for your certificate. They're gonna basically ask you for the same thing that you did online, and they're gonna ask you the same questions. Um, which in that was kind of annoying to me because it's like all the information is on the paper. So what's the sense have me fill out this form, and then at the end of the day when I come to Grenada I still have to answer to these same questions that is literally on the form. So I really don't like that about it because I just feel like they're just tying up the line or making the process really long when it really doesn't even have to reach that far. You have all the information on the paper, look up on the computer to see what is what and just let us go. But anyways, we had to wait in the line. They asked us the same question: what's your name, where you're going to be staying, where you're coming from. Mind you, as I said, these informations are already on the form. So anyways, after they ask you all of that question, they give you the paper. They give you a paper to take to the nurses. You go, you sit down there, you take your PCR test. Let me tell you guys that I felt that thing all the way in my throat. I don't know what they were doing so far. What is it that they were searching for? Or I don't know. But it hurt. And it hurt me for like about 2 days. And I'm saying this is the worst PCR test. Every other PCR test I've taken, they do the stuff. Yes, they do go up, they do the stuff, but it's not as painful as this one. Like you literally feel that burning sensation. My mom and my dad said that it was the worst as well. My mom said she even farted. They were moving really slow. You know, and again they were just taking up time, in my opinion. But we got through, went and checked our bags, and they actually let us in. That like let us through. They didn't even search our bags or anything. Our customs. It was just that simple. Oops, right outside. So when you reach outside, there is a bus driver that picks us up. And again, this thing is all about money. If you ask me, we paid $60 to for them to take us to Seabreeze Hotel, and they don't want you to basically get your own transportation. You have to get the ones that are there. So I think if you're planning to come to Grenada, I think that you should make up your mind to at least spend about $800 just to be sure, and that's excluding food and accommodations, because it's expensive. It's really expensive. It's expensive to go out off the island, and it's expensive to come back on the island. Because I remember when I left Grenada, I paid $450 EC dollars to leave, and that's for the PCR test. And then coming in, we had to pay $405, and then we still had to pay for a taxi. So I think it's very expensive. I really think it's expensive. But I mean, if you want to travel, you gotta pay what you gotta pay for it, and that's just it. I really think that the process in the airport is really long. So if you are someone like me who doesn't have that much patience, I'm telling you guys, as you land, make sure that you prepare yourself for a long wait. We got in about 3, and we got to the hotel about 5:30 thereabout. So yeah, it feels good when you go out and come back in though, I must say. So you know, I'm not discouraging anyone, but I'm just letting you guys know what it's like to travel, you know, during this time. If I've missed anything, I'm going to make sure I do a voice cover, but I hope that the screen recordings and everything was clear enough for you to understand. And let me know if you have any other questions. Leave the comments down below and let me know, and I'll answer you guys once I can. Grenada is beautiful. I'm happy to be back here in Grenada. I'm happy for the experience. I'm not here for long, but I'm still happy that I'm here to experience Grenada once again for the final time. And thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you're new to my channel and if you found this video helpful, subscribe to the channel. I'm happy to have you guys here. Tell a friend to tell a friend, you know, that Antho's Vlogs is here, and just subscribe to the channel. Always remember to stay true to yourself, guys, because there's no one in this world that is better than you. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe to my channel. Until next time, guys, Peace.